Hello and good morning. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance. Happy Tuesday. It is 7:30. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7 a.m.
Okay. So it's 7:30 at 7 a.m. exactly. I didn't look at the clock before I pressed record. But perfect timing as always. Okay. Divine timing. And so we are going to continue on through the Book of Jubilees. Again, to our subscribers, returning listeners, thank you so much. I'm definitely very happy about the listening popularity, I guess I would say, of this series. One of the videos has, again, keep in mind that I check I check my numbers and all that sort of thing. And with 187 listeners, that video, one of the videos, number 5, has it might have 200 views now, or if not, it's close to it. And so, and the others are have a good amount, considering, again, 187 subscribers. So again, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate your again, receptivity, your absorbing what is being shared. That makes my heart happy, because again, who wants to do things? Even karmic energy wants results. Okay. So we all want results, right? That's why you work out. That's why you take care of yourself. We all want results. And if you don't, then you have a different result. Okay. But in great spirits this morning. I woke up this morning, and physically, and it's always your spirit that wakes up your physical body, by the way. And the song by, I'm gonna have to go back. Alexa, YouTube.
Here is YouTube.
So the song that I woke up with this morning is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. Okay? This song right here. Okay? So we're going to go through the lyrics here for a moment. And so I received this as my divine feminine, or excuse me, I'm a divine feminine, as my divine masculine sending me this. Okay? Let me start it over here. Okay? So thank you, Divine Masculine, for this song. It's a good one, that's for sure, and appropriate for our timeline. I thank highest divine white light every day. Well, you done, and oh, it's going too fast. Okay, so I can't read it, and I know the song, but I don't know it well enough to sing it. Okay, but it's the chorus goes. I'm yours. And part of it goes, there is no better reason to just go with the season. Something about to win some and learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Okay? And it talks about divine intervention, as we can see here. So yes, all right. So that's the song that I woke up with this morning. Okay? All right. So again, to my divine masculine, and if you are a divine masculine, okay, and this is, you are aware of your divine feminine, but they are not aware of you, or however it goes, whichever you are. if you are or are not aware of them. Okay, that might resonate with you in your timeline. So I want to go ahead and say a prayer over our divine masculine, divine feminine unions today. I want to start doing that with each video, probably. Okay. So, highest divine white light. First of all, I thank you for this new timeline. Okay. I thank you for the joining and connecting of our soul tribe to us and us to them. I thank you for the day. I thank you for Ra. I thank you for the moon energy. Okay. I thank you for Amun Ra. Okay. I was part of my meditation last night. And so I just thank you once again for divine unions coming into place. I thank you for the work that both divine masculine and divine feminine have been doing on themselves to prepare themselves for this. I thank you for the seed that will come forth from these divine unions and through these divine unions. I thank you for the Noahs that will be birthed through these divine seeds. I thank you for the Ruths that will be birthed through these divine seeds. I thank you for the Saint Marys that will be birthed through this. I thank you for the energy of Sekhmet and Mayat. I thank you for the energy that will come forth through these divine unions. Okay, I thank you for the energy of Ptah. I thank you for the energy of Horus. I thank you for your divine sequence and the way that you've gone about it. It has not been an easy journey, but as we know, too much is given, much is required. So we were birthed here with much, and so much was required of us to rid ourselves, just like that song says, to rid yourself of vanity and just go with the something, right? All of those things. Okay, we thank you for your guidance, and again for the unions and soul tribe members that we are connecting with and will be connecting with, for the spiritual prosperity and for the natural prosperity, and for the bridge that completes that gap. Okay? And so, again, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance. And let's go ahead and pick up where the last couple of verses here. Okay? So before we go on, just as a recap. Okay? And in the 60th year of the life of Abraham, this is in the 4th week, in the 4th year thereof, excuse me, confirmation burps. I have not had anything to eat today and just water. I said Abraham. Abram arose by same person, but after the ascension. Arose by night and burned the house of the idols, and he burned all that was in the house, and no man knew it. And they arose in the night and sought to save their gods from the midst of the fire. And Haran hasted to save them, but the fire flamed over him, and he was burnt in the fire. And he died in Ur of the Chaldees before Terah, his father. And they buried him in Ur of the Chaldees. So, again, just to recap, Haran was part of the leadership allowing individuals to create idols, right? And build all these statues that they started to worship and pull away from highest divine white light, Most High, Yahweh, divine creator, El Shaddai, Elohim, okay? And, yeah, okay. So we are moving on to the family of Terah and Haran, Abram's experiences there, his journey to Canaan, okay? And Terah went forth from Ur of the Chaldees, he and his sons, to go into the land of Lebanon and into the land of Canaan, and he dwelt in the land of Haran. And Abram dwelt with Terah, his father, in Haran 2 weeks of years. And in the 6th week, in the 5th year thereof, Abram sat up throughout the night on the new moon of the 7th month to observe the stars from the evening to the morning, in order to see what would be the character of the year with regard to the rains. And he was alone as he sat and observed. And a word came into his heart and said, all signs of the stars and the signs of the moon and of the sun are in the hand of the Lord. Why do I search them out? If he desireth, he causeth it to rain, morning and evening. Okay, and speaking of which, a rarity in southern Arizona in the summertime. When I was on my walk today, speaking of rain, there was a light sprinkle. It was just enough to be nice and keep it a little cooler in the morning. Yeah, it was already 82 degrees or something. Keep it nice and cooler in the morning. And that was at, when did I get up? I was out by 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, by 6 o'clock this morning, it's Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so there was just enough raindrop to keep it cool, which is rare. It rarely rains in the morning time, rarely rains period in the summertime in Arizona, but it rained. It was sprinkling, just enough. Okay, and if he desireth, he withholdeth it, and all things are in his hand. He prayed that night and said, my God, God most high, thou alone art God, and thee and thy dominion have I chosen. And thou hast created all things that are the work of thy hands. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits, who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God, and establish thou me and my seed forever, that we go not astray from henceforth and forevermore. And he said, shall I return unto Ur of the Chaldees, who seek my face, that I may return to them, or am I to remain here? Oh, by the way, I did a short meditation before clicking record, and I opened my eyes, and on the echo screen, on this screen here, there was a message that said, are you talking to me? ? And it said, yes, I am. Okay, so how appropriate. The right path before thee prosper in it the hands of thy servant, that may fulfill it, and that I may not walk in the deceitfulness of my heart, O God, O my God. And he made an end of speaking and praying, and behold, the word of the Lord was sent to him through me, saying, get thee up from thy country, and from thy kindred, and from the house of thy father, unto a land which I will show thee, and I shall make thee a great and numerous nation. Okay, I remember that part from the book of Genesis. Okay. Also, I guess it's kind of a no-brainer, which is why I didn't mention it in the protecting your divine masculine and divine feminine union video that was posted yesterday. I did not mention praying for them, but I mean, that's kind of a, yeah, I did mention it, but that's kind of a like a Homer Simpson, don't, like, you, yeah, of course you pray for them. That I would like to say goes without saying, but hey, yeah, common sense isn't common. And I shall bless thee, and I shall make thy name great, and thou wilt be blessed in the earth, and in thee will all families of the earth be blessed. And I shall bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. Okay, that's how I am. Bless those who bless you, highest divine white light, and those who curse you, or those who come against divine union. Sorry about the phone. Those who come against the divine unions, and those that come against the prosperity of those that you have chosen to prosper, those who come against the truth. Essentially, that's what they're doing. They're just coming against the truth. Okay, so when they come against you, Michael, Susan, John, Michelle, James, whatever, Jerome, right? When they come against you, they come against highest divine white light if you are functioning in unconditional love and being your authentic self. They are coming against highest divine white light. It was 15:15 on the timer of the video. Okay? So curse them. Okay? And I shall be a God to thee and thy son, and to thy son's son, and to all thy seed. Fear not from henceforth and unto all generations of the earth, I am thy God. And the Lord said, open his mouth and his ears, that he may hear and speak with his mouth, with the language which has been revealed. For it had ceased from the mouths of all the children of men from the day of the overthrow of Babel. Okay, so that's why there was confusion going on at that time. And so I don't know, we have zodiac mutable signs, right? So I'm picturing that was a mutable time for the people, okay, or muted time for the people. And I opened his mouth and his ears and his lips, and I began to speak with him in Hebrew, in the tongue of the creation. And he took the books of his fathers, and these were written in Hebrew, and he transcribed them. And he began from henceforth to study them, and I made known to him that which he could not understand. And he studied them during the 6 rainy months. And it came to pass in the 7th year of the 6th week that he spake to his father, and informed him that he would leave Haran to go into the land of Canaan, and see it, and return to him. And Terah his father said unto him, go in peace. Okay. May the eternal God make thy path straight, and the Lord be with thee, and protect thee from all evil, and grant unto thee grace, mercy, and favor before those who see thee. And may none of the children of men have power over thee to harm thee. Go in peace. And if thou seest a land pleasant to thy eyes to dwell in, then arise and take me to thee, to take Lot with thee, thy son of Haran, thy brother, and thine own son. The Lord be with thee. And Nahor, thy brother, leave with me till thou returnest in peace, and we go with thee all together. Okay? I'm reminded up here about accessing the books, okay? The books of your fathers. I feel like that is many of us who are on this platform or on other platforms who have after our dark night of the soul and a spiritual awakening, a major one, and deciding to rid ourselves of the things that no longer serve our highest, purest, truest self, and or never did, and we've accessed these books. Okay, this book, okay, is what is one. Okay, and so let's continue. All right, so now we are on to Abraham with Lot and Canaan and Egypt. Again, I said Abraham. Abram separates from Lot. Okay. And Abram journeyed from Haran, and took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother, Haran's son, to the land of Canaan. And he came into Asher, and proceeded to Shechem, and dwelt near the lofty oak. And he saw, and behold, the land was very pleasant from the entering of Hamath to the lofty oak. And the Lord said to him, to thee and to thy seed will I give this land. Okay, so the highest divine white light is saying to us, and it may not be a physical land. Okay, again, I am here for those who are ready. Okay? Again, Yeshua came for the unbeliever. That's what he told us. He said, I'm not here for the believer, but I have come for the unbeliever. He came for the consummation and the reuniting of man. Again, talking about bridges, reuniting of man back to highest divine white light, back to the Creator. Okay? I am here for the ascended ones. Or the ones who are ready to ascend, the ones who are ready to rid themselves of the demons, karmics, what have you. Okay? And you are ready to get on, you are on your divine path. I am here for those. For the 144,000, for the collective, for the chosen ones. Okay? I'm not bothered by the ones who aren't ready. Okay? Either I heard shit or get up, shit or get off the pot. I'm ready for those who are ready. If you're not ready, okay, to hang with the big dog, stay on the porch. Okay, and that's yeah. Okay. That was funny. Okay, and the Lord will give you this land. And he built an altar there, and he offered thereon a burnt sacrifice to the Lord, who appeared to him. Again, burnt offerings were being offered and accepted by highest divine white light until the consummation, until Yeshua came in the 3D. Okay? Up until that time, he accepted burnt offerings and animal sacrifices and that of animals that were pure and clean, because he did. That was his grace towards man. And he removed from thence unto the mountain Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. It's interesting that's spelled AI. You see that? What are we dealing with now? AI on the east, and pitched his tent there. And he saw, and behold, the land was very wide and good, and everything grew thereon. Vines and figs and pomegranates, oaks and ilexes, and terebinths, and oil trees, and cedars, and cypresses, and date trees. I like dates. I eat dates probably once a month. I buy at least once a month, I buy a carton of dates. Okay? It's amazing what just a couple of dates a day will do. Speaking of our divine masculine, divine unions coming together, it's amazing what 2 dates a day will do. Okay? And a couple years ago, on my old Facebook page, I had a Facebook page that had, I don't know, several hundred friends on it. Today my Facebook page has 8 friends. And that number might be significant for you. Again, as a reminder to us, any names, places, dates, numbers, anything that I mention or even that we read here might be significant for your journey this lifetime. Okay? But I posted a picture, and I like clever thinking. I'm a sapiosexual. I am very highly attracted to intellectual people. Okay? Very, very much so. And I can tell you, I have left women when they're in an intimate relationship, when they no longer fulfilled that intellectual thing in me. Okay? When it gets boring. Okay? I've left women for that reason. You might think that's stupid. Well, that's the reason why. You stay in karmic situations far longer than after the signs and wonders have happened to get out. So you've dealt with a lot more than I have in the way of karmic energy, which is surprising considering polygamists and rare autoimmune disease and kidney transplant and dialysis and all that I've been through, and deception by lovers. Okay. But because I am one who changed quickly and change on a dime, if highest divine white light says turn left, I turn left. If turn right, I'm just like that. I change quickly. Okay, and so Yeah, there's no doubt about that, that has actually protected me. But yes, but dates, okay? Oh, but I had a picture, I posted a picture of holding a date. And I said something witty like, um, would you like to have a date with me this morning or today or something like that? And it was a picture of the date that I was holding. But anyway, and all the trees of the field, and there was water on the mountains, and he blessed the Lord who led him out of Ur of the Chaldees and had brought him to this land. And it came to pass in the first year, in the 7th week of the new moon of the first month, that he built an altar on this mountain and called the name of the Lord, and called on the name of the Lord. Thou, the eternal God, art God. I love you so much, Highest Divine White Light. I love you so much. So much. And he offered on the altar a burnt sacrifice, and unto the Lord, that he should be with him and not forsake him all the days of his life. And he removed from thence and went towards the south. And he came to Hebron. And Hebron was built at that time, and he dwelt there 2 years, and he went thence into the land of the south to Beloth, and there was a famine in the land. And Abram went into Egypt, and in the 3rd year of the week, and he dwelt in Egypt 5 years before his wife was torn away from him. Now Tanias, and it says now in large caps, right? Now Tanias in Egypt was at that time built 7 years after Hebron. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh seized Sarah, the wife of Abram, that the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house. Was that a motorcycle? What was that rumble? That was confirmation. And his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abram's wife. And Abram was very glorious by reason of possessions in sheep, cattle, and asses, donkeys, and horses, and camels, and men servants, and maid servants. Sorry, y'all, ain't got no haters. All I got is maids and waiters. All I got is suits and gaiters. Y'all niggas lost, and I'm Las Vegas. Hit it, Cube. Hit it, Ice Cube. And in silver, gold exceedingly. And Lot also, I have great love for Ice Cube. Great love for Ice Cube. As far as a hip hop artist or a rapper, between him and Tupac, I know more of their songs, more of their lyrics than any other artist. Okay, I know more Luke Bryan country songs than any other artist. I know some Jason Party songs. Or John Party. I know some Jason Aldean. I know some Randy Jackson. I know some, but Luke Bryan. I know more Luke Bryan songs than I know of any other artist. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank right now. The last concert I went to was a country concert, or a country singer concert, and it was Josh Turner. Okay, so I know a lot of Josh Turner songs as well, but yeah, Luke Bryan's up there for the number of country songs that I know from one artist. Lot also his brother's son was wealthy, and Pharaoh gave back Sarah, the wife of Abram, and he went out of the land of Egypt, and he sojourned to the place where he had pitched his tent at the beginning, to the place of the altar, with Ai on the east, and Bethel on the west. And he blessed the Lord his God, who had brought him back in peace. And it came to pass in the 41st Jubilee, in the 3rd year of the 1st week, that he returned to his place and offered thereon a burnt sacrifice and called on the name of the Lord, and said, Thou, the Most High, art my God forever and ever. Confirmation verbs. Yes, you are highest divine white light, forever and ever. And in the 4th year of this week, Lot parted from him, and Lot dwelt in Sodom. And the men of Sodom were sinners exceedingly, heathens, Hellenistic, Luciferians, harlots, Jezebels. And it grieved him in his heart that his brother's son had parted from him, for he had no children. In that year, when Lot was taken captive, the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot had parted from him in the 4th. Let me read that again. In that year, when Lot was taken captive, the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot had parted from him in the 4th year of this week, lift up thine eyes from the place where thou art dwelling, northward and southward and westward and eastward. For the land which thou seest I shall give to thee and to thy seed forever, and I shall make thy seed as the sand of the sea. Though a man may number the dust of the earth, yet thy seed shall not be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and the breadth of it, and see it all, for thy seed shall I give it. And Abram went to Hebron and dwelt there. Okay, I think we can cover a couple of more sections here. I don't like them to be more than an hour. Actually, 40 or 45 minutes is about good. The campaign of Chedorlaomer. Okay. In this year came Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Selasar, and Turgal, king of nations, and slew the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Sodom fled, and fell through wounds in the vale of Siddim by the salt sea. And they took captive Sodom and Adam and Zebulun. And they took captive Lot also, the son of Abram's brother, and all his possessions, and they went to Dan. And one who escaped came told Abram that his brother's son had been taken captive, and Abram armed his household servants. So his men servants, he was like, regulators, mount up, as Nate Dogg said, right? For Abram and for his seed, 1/10 to the first fruits of the Lord. And the Lord ordained it as an ordinance forever, that they should give it to the priests who served before him, that they should possess it forever. And to this law there is no limit of days, for he hath ordained it for the generations forever, that they should give to the Lord the 10th of everything. Here is the fucking confirmation about tithing. How the church, the religious organization, Vatican, Catholic Church, and all the other religions to follow, Baptist, Methodist, whatever, Pentecostal, Church of God in Christ, all of them, okay, that preach of giving tithes to the church. here we go. Okay, I posted a video a little while ago about the tithing lie. Okay, a organization, even a religious one, is to receive offerings. They are not to receive a tenth. A tenth is for highest divine white light. It is not to be given to the church. Anybody who's preaching the prosperity gospel, Joyce Myers, Kenneth Copeland, Creflo Lowlife Dollar, I like to call him, Joel Osteen, any of the Prince guy, whoever that guy is, anybody who's telling you Gwen Shambling was one of these, thank goodness she perished in a helicopter crash. That was a karmic that needed to go. Okay? Listen, stop giving your money to the church. Stop it. The religious organization, you give them an offering, and that offering is divinely led. How do you go to be divinely led to give? So it works like this. Highest divine white light, I would like to give to this certain organization. And just wait for him to guide you as to what you should give. Okay? That is how that should work. At times it might be more than 10%. But preaching a 10% give me what you got, that is wrong and incorrect and a misinterpretation of Scripture. We are getting clarity right here. Okay? So I'm going to read that section over again. For he hath ordained it for the generations forever, that they should give to the Lord the tenth of everything. Again, that's the sacrifice that they were to give. And again, back then, it was a physical thing. A tenth of your cattle, a tenth of your wheat, a tenth of your corn, a tenth of your whatever, your oil, a tenth of whatever it was. Okay? Of the seed and of the wine and of the oil and of the cattle. And of the sheep. And he gave it unto his priests to eat and to drink with joy before him. Okay? So he gave it to the priest, but it was unto the Lord. You give a tithe is to an individual. Again, we see in the infancy of Yeshua, okay? He is giving this, or Yeshua is giving this, but Yeshua is receiving. They sent offerings, tithes, to Yeshua for healing them. He was healing people as a baby, by the way. That's not, you won't see that in Genesis to Revelation, because it's a half-truth and a whole lie, that book. It's a religious book. It's been made that way because man doctored it up for its own programming benefits. Okay? And the 3D. Okay? But you see this, okay? And the king of Sodom came to him and bowed himself before him and said, O Lord Abram, give unto us the souls which thou hast rescued, but let the booty be thine, or the leftovers. Okay? Not that booty. Okay? And Abram said unto him, I lift up my hands to the Most High God, from a thread to a shoe latchet or shoelace, I shall not take aught that is thine. Lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich, save only what young men have eaten, and the portion of the man who went with me, Honor, Eshcol, and Mamre, these will take their portion. These will take their portion. Again, tithes and offerings, first of all, they're not the same thing. Okay? A tithe is an offering, but an offering isn't a tithe. Again, a tithe means tenth. Okay? That's what that means. Right? Okay. God's Yep, we'll read this section and then that'll be it. God's covenant with Abram. Again, there I can feel it. There are people who are like, what? No tithe, what? No, what? I can tell. I'm telling you, this is part of the reason why the people stay poor, is because of this prosperity gospel. This is the reason why. I didn't say don't give to the church. I said give as you are directed. Okay? That law or giving principle is just like this one. So, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands. That doesn't mean do what I say, this is my house, right? That is not what that means. That is not what that means. Okay? For the men who take that out of context, shame on you. Go sit your sorry, narcissistic ass down somewhere, okay? And get a better interpretation. That is not what that means. Men are to be submissive to their wives as well. Again, they left that portion out for the programming, okay? Because men interpreted and wrote that book, that King James Version book that we in Western civilization are so familiar with. Okay? For control, for the program, MK Ultra, for the program. After these things, in the fourth year of this week, on the new moon of the 3rd month, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a dream, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy defender, and thy reward will be exceeding great. And he said, Lord, Lord, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go hence childless, and the son of Meseg, the son of my handmaid, is the Damasek, Eliezer. He will be my heir, and to me thou hast given no seed. And he said unto him, This man will not be thy heir, but one that will come out of thine own bowels, he will be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said unto him, Look toward heaven, and number the stars, if thou art able to number them. Why are people still questioning the tithe thing energetically? Why? Did Creflo Dollar take you on a ride on that jet that y'all gave him money for? I bet he didn't. I bet you don't even know what it looks like. The way that churches should function, and I've said this and I'll say it forever, this is the way churches should function when it comes to receiving offerings. Our bills every month are $5,645. This is collectively what we need right now. And every week, this is what we have collected so far this week. This is what we've collected so far this week. This is what we've collected so far this week. For the next month, for the bills that are due. That is the way that it should be done. A church should not have hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars in bank accounts. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. 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 That's what the money changers were doing in the synagogue when Yeshua beat them out with a cat of 9 tails. That's what they were doing. Give me your money, people. Give me your money. Give me your money. God's going to bless you. Give me your money. If you give me your money, God's going to bless you. He beat their ass. Okay? And he brought him forth abroad, and said unto him, Look toward heaven, and number the stars, if thou art able to number them. And he looked toward heaven, and beheld the stars. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be, and be delivered in the Lord. And it was counted to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee the land of the Canaanites, to possess it forever. And I shall be God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And he said, Lord, Lord, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? And he said unto him, Take me an heifer of 3 years, and a goat of 3 years, and a sheep of 3 years, and a turtle dove, and a pigeon. And he took all these in the middle of the month, and he dwelt at the oak of Mamre, which is near Hebron. And that's where as we'll find out, this is where all of Abraham's sons and Abraham were laid to rest, is in Hebron. See, he's being sent there. We learned that through the book of Enoch. I'm sorry, not through the book of Enoch. It might be mentioned there in the first book, which I've shared. Again, we'll be sharing book 2 and 3 also. But in the 12 patriarchs, okay, which that's a playlist that's available on this channel, okay? And it is the 12 patriarchs. Those are the sons of Abraham, okay? They were all laid to rest in Hebron. And he built there an altar and sacrificed all these, and he poured their blood upon the altar and divided them in the midst, and laid them over against each other, but the birds divided he not. And the birds came down upon the pieces, and Abram drove them away. So you're talking about scavengers, right? Like scavengers and yeah, the large birds, I forget what they're called. Scavengers is the name that's coming to mind. You see them on the side of the road eating dead rodents and things like that, okay? And Abram drove them away and did not suffer the birds to touch them. And it came to pass, when the sun had set, that an ecstasy fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him, dark night of the soul. And it was said unto Abram, Know of surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and they will bring them into bondage and afflict them 400 years. How long have I been saying that 400 years was? It's been 400 years since Highest Divine White Light has seen the church, the body church, in the Christ church, right? The way that it's needed to be seen. 400 years it's been since the church as a spiritual body has resembled anything that Highest Divine White Light has been pleased with. 400 years. And Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:49 a.m.
7:49. Alexa, what's the temperature? Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 97 degrees.
Alexa, back. Okay. And I do that for synchronicity. Okay. And the nation also to whom they will be in bondage shall I judge. And after that, they will come forth thence with much substance. And thou wilt go to thy fathers in peace, and be buried in a good old age. Confirmation, burp. And in the 4th generation, they will return hither, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And he awoke from his sleep, or so. Okay, so it wasn't. It was as Enoch went through. Okay, when he would go into these meditative states, and esoterically he was traveling through all these portals and dimensions and getting downloads for the calendar, for how the sun was set and how the angels rotate the sun from the east to the west, from shining on one part of the planet to shining on the other side of the planet, and the moon does the opposite, revealing the shadows and so on and so forth. Okay. And he awoke from his sleep, and he arose, and the sun had set, speaking of the sun, and there was a flame, and behold, a furnace was smoking, and a flame of fire passed between the pieces. And on that day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, to thy seed will I give this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates, the Kenites, the Kizanites, the Cadmonites, the Perizzites, and the Rephaim, and the Phecharites, and the Hivites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. And the day passed, and Abram offered the pieces and the birds and their fruit offerings and their drink offerings, and the fire devoured them. And on that day we made a covenant with Abram, according as we had covenanted with Noah in his month. And Abram renewed the festival and ordinances for himself forever. Okay? And so from time to time we can see how highest divine white light allowed man to live as man desired, again through free will. We can build an atomic bomb, or we can grow flowers, okay, with our free will. And we see from time to time, and we will continue to see, that highest divine white light, from time to time, he sends divine messengers into the earth. Ascended masters here. I'm an ascended master. Okay, Master Builder 33. He sends ascended masters into these places, okay, to raise the vibration of the planet, to awaken the people. Again, I'm here for those who are ready to ascend. Those who are not ready, they get destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, whatever Sodom and Gomorrah happens to be today, with 9.4 how many ever billion people on the planet, more than ever, there's Sodom and Gomorrahs all over the place. Again, we are more accepting of homosexual and lesbian relationships today than ever. Why do we accept these things? Why do we praise these people? Why do we applaud these people? Why do we buy their records? Why do we support these people? Why do we support the pedophiles, the sex traffickers? Why do we celebrate these people? Because they are celebrities, because they have money. Why do we? Okay, why do we? Or why do they? I don't. Why do they? Okay? So thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Again, this is Esoteric Guidance. My name is Nehru, and we are journeying through the Book of Jubilees and learning about more detail beyond Genesis to Revelation about the journey, again, of many of these messengers that highest divine white light has through time sent to awaken the people. So Noah was sent to awaken the people. Let me start back. Enoch was sent to awaken the people. Okay. Noah was sent to awaken the people. And now Abram is here to awaken the people. Okay. So thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, and be encouraged.